doing for the last couple days, and because I saw it work exceptionally well last week. And even though it's not very fancy, I'm going to do what works until it doesn't. So we'll go over those plays in a little bit. First, let's get into the market. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader. This is your market wrap for June 3rd, 2020. Qs just equaled all-time highs there. Came in today bullish on the SPY as well. Slight gap up on the SPY and continuation higher. Still going to be the same going into tomorrow. Bullish. We got an hourly uptrend here. Daily now back up at the highs. So we did get a little bit of a pullback here at the end. Doesn't really change the picture, okay? As far as what we would need to do in order to start looking for bearishness, we would have to break underneath this base here on the SPY and a little bit of a pivot here on the Qs under 232. If we break underneath that, the next entry will be the all critical opportunity for the Qs and SPY to put in a lower high if we are going to go lower. So you can see we're a couple setups away from really talking about some kind of bearish bias in the Qs and SPY. If you can recall, we've been bullish now for over 2 weeks on this move up on the Qs and SPY, and so far haven't really seen any reason to be bearish. Okay, so I guess something interesting did happen today with the Qs getting back up to all-time highs, but doesn't really signify anything special for me going into tomorrow, other than we probably ran up to some potential resistance and maybe we get a slight pullback. But I'm going to expect sell-offs to get bought until I see this hourly trend break. Okay, so I think, as has been the case for the last couple weeks, still bullish going into tomorrow. All right, so the apps was one of the favorites, right? And really the only one that kind of gave us an entry in the morning here. The APPS set up a high of the day base breakout here. Okay, what is highlighted here, this red bar, is something that I've seen a lot of lately, and it's been cluing me into a lot of these breakouts that I'm playing here. I like when they kind of get this equal high, they put in that reversal, right? And then the negation of that red bar is where I get in. Stop goes underneath the red bar. Okay, so that has been a really nice opportunity, as we've seen over the last couple days. Now, if you recall yesterday, we did the ERJ. Okay, ERJ, we had a breakout, and you can see here is our kind of special red bar here. You can see it's bullish, had a gap up, staying up at the top. You get this nice reversal here initially, and the negation of that bearish event, right, gets us bullish, gets us into the play. Stop goes underneath it, and then we ride the uptrend there. So saw a lot more of that today in the plays today. The AZUL, nice base breakout here. Didn't get that nice red bar reversal here on the AZUL, but let me see, where is, so here it is from today. The base breakout, you can see it already highlighted. That was from this morning. So we didn't get that kind of strong reaction. There's a little bit of one there, but it didn't break out until a bit later off of the rising 20 MA. I know some people played this with me. That was really, really nice. 5R was the max on this AZUL breakout. You see it start off getting sold, recovered all the way back up, and then base right up at here at the top. So that was a nice play in the morning. There was also the SAVA this morning. Had that base breakout right here. So a lot of high day base breakouts on gap ups and just watching them go. I missed this one. So as you can imagine, a little bit of a heartbreaker. That was really, really nice. But one of the favorites this morning that we had on the list. So, that really helped, because really the only things that set up that were on the list went. I know the mat was on the list as well this morning. and the mat just didn't ever break out, didn't ever set up really to get going. So you can see it does set up a base here, but never triggers, right? Just eventually kind of stays hanging out. So yeah, the ones that are triggering, especially the ones that are basing at the high of the day, you can see this is below high of the day, not at the top, not, or even better, it clears and then stays above the resistance, right? That's kind of the case that we got on the apps, the AZUL and the SAVA. So a lot of these plays are just, taking off. You can see a lot of reward to risk once these things get going. And, it's not that they all are going to work. I mean, I took this FEYE. I think I've gone over it each day the last couple of days, which is, I don't mind going over a play that didn't work because it's the same setup, right? Here's the base up at the top here. Here we can see on the 2-minute the bar, that little reversal bar that once it gets negated, that's our cue to go here, right? And then right back over it, right? And so we've been getting a lot of that, and just a lot of them are working and are working for really nice big plays. And I chalk that up to, there's that reversal bar there on the FEYE. The market's been bullish, and so like I mentioned yesterday, playing along with the market, acknowledging, knowing what the market bias is, helps those plays. So I did think that the shorts were pretty tough today. And if you were with me in the morning, going over the gaps, there was not a single gap down that I put on the hot list for a short. Not a single one. And well, there weren't any that I put on the hot list for long either, right? And part of that was that they weren't good gap downs. And then the other part of that is that I know that the market's been bullish. A lot of gap downs were just gapping into support. So it wasn't anything advanced or especially nuanced or savvy about it. It's just that we didn't have good gap downs, and then they didn't set up. So just stayed away from them. And then the focus, because we kept getting them, really nice breakouts, plays that are moving. I mean, breakouts I think are probably the most common pattern among traders, and while they may not all be the same kind of pattern, even with the same name, some people's breakouts are different. They don't really necessarily need as much consolidation. Everybody has kind of their version of the breakout or the breakdown, and so yeah, in this way, just keeping it simple, really trying to read price. I'm not using special MACD or RSI or this or that. Really, it's just the consolidation sideways and the base breakout is what I'm cluing in on. It's not even a matter of the MA has to be this way or that. Just finding bullish things that give me a chance to enter and measure my risk, and then we give it a shot. So just been keeping it really simple this week. I think that's been the way to go, and as the market just has been all out bullish. Okay, all right, hope you did well today. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.